guys, takulandiraniso ku episode number 2 ya season 2 ya MotoUnandi. Ndikhulupirira you enjoyed episode number 1. I am your host, Indu. So in today's episode, our guest is Tuiweni, who is a yoga trainer or a yoga instructor. So let's see kuti Begi presenter watu anajeza nini muda.
Hi guys, welcome to another amazing episode of MotoUnandi, and today we're in Lilongwe at Kuneko Fusion Cafe with this amazing girl. Let's get to hear more of what she does. Welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
So would you please just introduce yourself?
Thanks. My name is Tuiweni Nambindo. I am a yoga and meditation instructor and a wellness promoter. That's what I do part-time, but my full-time, I'm an accountant and I work at the Ministry of Finance, and I'm a part-time university lecturer at UNICEF University.
Oh, interesting. So we want to hear more about this yoga. At what age did you start this?
I started yoga perhaps in my late 20s. Yeah, in my late 20s. I had been advised to start it much earlier, but stubborn being what stubborn is, when you're in your 20s and you think you know everything, you're like, it's a bit boring, I want to try something else.
Yeah.
So instead I took up Pilates for a year, and that was great. I mean, there are a lot of overlaps with Pilates and yoga, so it was a great introduction to yoga, if you will. And then unfortunately my teacher left, so I didn't have anyone to teach me. So instead I started doing exercises by myself, a bit of aerobics and fitness, and I started running. So I would run 2-3 times a week. In the week it would be maybe 3 kilometers. At the weekends it would be 5 to 7 kilometers. And that was great until my knees started to ache, and then I realized this is probably not for me and it's too intense. So then in my late 20s, I decided to take up yoga, and I've just kept with it because it's been so amazing and so beneficial in so many ways to me.
Wow, amazing. So what really gave you the motivation to go ahead with the yoga?
Well, I think initially it was just physical need, really. I had been having back problems. So I had seen a physiotherapist who advised me after a couple of sessions that I had a very weak core, and just my spinal column was quite weak, and I wasn't properly taking care of myself. So she advised me to consistently now work towards strengthening my core and just strengthening my body. So because of that, then I said, okay, I need to start doing something. So that's when I did what I explained, that I did the Pilates first before I went to the yoga. When I first started doing yoga, it was purely just seeing the cool poses that people were able to do. You've seen those, right?
Exactly.
They look amazing, and I said, I want to do that, right? So that's why I started it. But the more I did it, the more I found out about it, the more I practiced it properly, right? I think coming from a place of just seeing visually what it looks like, but when you practice it and how you feel, emotionally and mentally, the mental clarity that you have, the focus that you're able to give to any activity that you want to do, whether it's studying or work or assignments or prayer, following yoga and following, doing the physical exercises of the yoga practice, it's so beneficial. And with the meditation and the breathing, you find your emotional state as well. You become a lot calmer, you're a lot more in control of your feelings, you understand them a little bit better. And with that, I just had to continue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So quickly, can you just tell the people what are the benefits of doing yoga?
Sure. The benefits are so varied, right? Mental clarity, focus. Physically, it's things like your core is strengthened. If you're a student, for example, you sit in lectures for hours, right?
Exactly.
And I don't know about you, maybe you had, the lectures where you had a nice backing to your chair and you could lean on it. But even that gets boring, right? And you find at the end of the class, you stand up, your back is sore and things like that. So a lot of that is because we don't have a strong core, so you find us slouching like this, right? But if you practice yoga, it improves your posture, it improves your core strength. You can hold yourself up long for a longer period of time, and that also helps with your breathing. With your breathing, it helps you to have a lot more oxygen moving around your body, oxygenating your brain. Your brain is then able to stay alert. You can focus more in class. Other benefits, like I said, if you're a student, for example, and you're socializing in class with your fellow students, or if you're going out a lot, you're during the day you're quite busy as a student, right? So there's a lot of noise and there are a lot of thoughts going through your head. When it comes time for you to sit and focus and maybe just deal with whatever has been going on through the day, you want to do some reflection, you find that there's too much noise happening, too many thoughts happening, and you can't control them. And sometimes that can also lead to emotional distress, anxiety, depression, those kinds of things. So having some time to, or finding a way to find a bit of calm and stillness is really great. And yoga is a really good aid for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So from our Malawian perception, you know how people go like, wow, I can't really do that. What if I break my back? What if this happens? This is really scary. What would you say about that?
I would say those are very wise, wise people. Malawians are wise, wise people. There's actually a joke that someone put up, and they put up a picture of, I think it was Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, and he was doing a handstand or something like that. And someone said, "Look at this man. He's in his 40s. You young people, why can't you do this?" And someone said, "He's in Canada. Have you seen the medical health that he can access?" Right? So it makes sense that within the context of Malawi, we need to be mindful that Malawi has certain limitations. And I think the more we're mindful of that, then we take better care of ourselves. So, for example, even myself, I don't do crazy poses. I've been practicing yoga now for about 7 years. I am still working towards a handstand. I will still take precautions. I will still stretch and exercise, and get my body ready before I go into even poses that I'm very comfortable to do. But I don't take it for granted that I can do it and, I'll be crazy. And no, I do not do things like, balancing poses on windows or off of mountains. I'm sure you've seen that on Instagram.
I don't even know it.
Okay, well, yeah, don't do that. So you want to make sure that you as an individual, you're paying attention to what can my body do, right? And then follow on with that and say, okay, I've mastered a little bit more. Let me try a little bit more. Let me try a little bit more. You don't go straight to the most extreme. And this is why I think it's important to start with a class, right? Start with a class, start with someone who can guide you properly, someone who can help you understand your body. There's quite a disconnect with what our bodies can actually do and what we mentally block our bodies from doing. If, for example, you run, um, by the time that you stop running, it's not that your legs can't continue.
Yeah.
It's that you are like, I'm tired, I feel I'm tired, I'm going to stop. You choose to stop. But you could actually push yourself a little bit further. And it's the same thing, that there's a disconnect between what our bodies can do and what we mentally block ourselves from doing. And also emotionally, if we're scared, we'll say, I'm not going to do that because I'm scared. But it's like, okay, you recognize you're scared. You recognize you have that mental block of fear. Great. Then work slowly towards it. And with each time you practice, you're giving yourself confidence to say, actually, I can do that. Oh, actually, I can do that. And the beautiful thing is, it then, flows into other areas of your life. If you're scared to do public speaking, like myself right now, doing this, the more you're able to see that I can do and I can achieve, I can do and I can succeed, then you find that it flows into different areas as well.
Oh, so
Yeah.
on that same note about confidence, how is yoga related to building one's confidence?
Oh, okay. I think if you're a young person, okay, we think it's mostly a young person thing, but I think it stretches throughout our lifetime, right? But if you're a young person, it really hits you that you are always so self-conscious with your body. Oh, I'm not tall enough, I'm not slim enough, I'm not muscular enough, I have a belly, I have this, I have that. And we really knock our own confidence, and social media is not helping, where we don't see that it takes somebody 50 takes before they find that one picture that you see on their feed and you think, God, they're so beautiful, or God, they're so handsome, just effortless. And it's not effortless, it's work, right? Um, so with yoga, there's it's beautiful because apart from it just be the physical part of you try and you achieve that physical thing, and you see your body achieving it. The other thing it does is you appreciate just what your body's capable of doing. You know, you see yourself doing the exact same pose or flow of poses connected to each other. The first time you do it, you'll be like, that was so messy. Oh gosh, I'm sure I looked horrible. I'm sure, it feels awkward in your body. But the more you do it, you'll be like, wow, my
Wow,
body
I can
feels
do
so,
this.
it almost feels like dancing. I can't dance. So trust me when I say, when I do yoga, it feels like I can dance. That's where like the confidence comes in. So next time you look in the mirror, your mind will already be ready to say, you move beautifully, your body is amazing. It can do amazing things. So when you see your body, you'll say, "Oh, this is the same body I was talking about." It's the exact same body.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so far, what have been some of your greatest milestones?
Oh, wow. Um, some of my greatest milestones. I would say first, my studies. That's like a great achievement of mine. I had always wanted that, I had dreams back in the day that I could sing. I can't, I have learned. So when I thought I could sing, I said to myself, in case the singing doesn't work out, I'll have backup and I'll study. And at this point, I can say I have studied. Right, I've done ACCA. I have 2 masters,
Wow.
and the fact that I'm able to take that and generate, second revenue stream of income, that's amazing. So now I lecture part time at the university. So that's great for me. That's one of my milestone achievements. Um, Another one is finding balance in my life where I work hard. Like I work a lot. Most times it's like 6 days in the week I'm working. Even on Sundays, sometimes I have to work and just to meet deadlines. But having a good group of friends, real friends, not acquaintances, because acquaintances is anybody, but friends who I can say if I am in a difficult spot, who can I call? And I know they will be there. If I am challenged and I am thinking I need someone to hold me accountable, who can I call? I have those type of friends. Um, and who can I have fun with? Who's looking out for my best interests? And I feel the same way to them. I have found that group of friends. It's not that many, and I don't need that many. I think it's quite difficult as you get older, right? You have less and less time, but I have found that group of friends, and I pour into those friendships, and they pour back into me. Most of them are women. Um, but it's great to have that instead of like this constant stories you hear that girls don't like each other. Girls love each other, we do.
Yeah.
So that's 2 3. I would say spiritually, I am a lot closer to God than I was. I think now I have a relationship with my faith and with my God that has been determined by me. When I was younger, it was my mom dragging me to church.
Yeah.
It was my dad saying, "You're going to church." Now it is me choosing to go to church. It's me being involved in church activities. It is me deciding that okay, I have finished meditation and I feel like I want to listen to God and give him a moment to talk to me. So that personal relationship that I've built up in my own personal life, that um, I'm not conflicted about things which I think if I didn't have as much of this personal relationship with God, I would struggle. That's a milestone for me. With the yoga, it's things like I've moved from, having classes in my house where I just had enough for 5 students. I moved and I occupied a space where I would have 16 students. Longer Not Lodge in Area 43, that's where I was doing it before.
Wow.
And then I moved to now doing retreats. So, um, you know, inviting people to come to the lake at different venues. Being able to do that was amazing.
Oh wow.
You know.
So to you, is yoga a tradition, a sport, a business, or what?
Oh, so I want to be careful about how I respond to that because I think it can be misinterpreted um, as yoga being something that is, you just pick and choose what you're going to take. And I think that is quite wrong, right? Because then it's not respecting what yoga actually is. It's like if because it's a cultural practice for a lot of people, you know, and these are people who are living in Malawi, and they are part of their Malawians as we are. And so we have to respect that yoga is not just, you know, small little pieces. It's a beautiful practice, and there's a lot that goes into it. To me, it is all of those things. I hold it in high regard. I really respect people who have practiced it a lot longer than me. But it's definitely a practice which I think, because it has done so much for me, I would love to share that with people. I would love to share with my fellow Malawians and help them, you know, find quiet and silence in their minds, find peace and confidence in their bodies, find, you know, a physical practice, a mental practice, an emotional and spiritual practice that they can do in the comfort of their own home, even in their bedroom. You don't need a lot of space to do yoga. That's the beautiful thing about it. So yoga is a lot, but at the same time, it's quite personal to the person practicing.
Oh, wow. So before we finish up the program, what is your message to the youth who are out there?
My message to the youth, I would say first start off by prioritizing yourself. By that I mean you need to pour into yourself, into your cup, so that you have enough to pour into others. Make sure you are well. Make sure you're mentally well, you're emotionally well, you're spiritually well, you're physically well. Um, Engage in different practices that support this. It can be the yoga, for example, it can be other things, but find something that fits with you, your lifestyle, and your needs. After that, I would say find ways to serve your community. There's nothing more beautiful than having so much of yourself that you can pour into others and pour into your community. And it's when we do things like that that Malawi is really going to go far.
Okay, so as we're winding up, can you just give the people your social media handles? How can they reach out to you?
Sure. You can find me on social media. On Instagram, I have 2 pages, Atu Yoga and Warm Heart Wellness. On Facebook, I'm there as Warm Heart Wellness. That's the wellness company that I've set up.
Thank you very much. It was really nice having you here.
Likewise. Thank you for inviting me. Hi guys, I'm Tuiweni and you are watching MotoUnandi.
In today's Vox Pop, we went to Umami Food Festival. This is a festival, an event which anthu amakhala akugula komanso kugulitsa zakudya. They also have fun. Ndiye kumene kuti nacheza ndi ogulitsawo to find out more how the Umami Festival is helping young entrepreneurs. Tuone kuti zinaenda bwanji.
Hi guys, so today in our Vox Pop we're at Umami Festival, the college edition. Let's see how it goes. Do you think the Umami Festival is helping young entrepreneurs in Malawi?
Helping young entrepreneurs in Malawi. You want to take this?
No, you take this one.
Gotcha. All right. I think it's helping because it's creating a platform to just allow young people to come and pretty much,
So whatever they have to,
yeah, you know,
put anything and everything on the
they have an idea, but the one thing that Malawi really does lack is plan. Very good because again, yeah, it's helping young people just to have an avenue where they can actually sell their products, whatever it is, and also have fun in a safe and secure environment. That's the key thing about it, because you know what I mean, you can have fun anywhere else and you find a situation whereby you have accidents, everything, but over here, as you can see, it's a safe and secure environment, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. Good vibes everywhere, and yeah, I think that's the major thing about it.
All right, thank you very much.
Cool.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name? Amanda. Okay, so Amanda, how are you finding the festival?
No, it's nice. It's the first time where it's just pretty much student based the whole time. Yeah, so I usually do Umami in Guanther, but it's my first time in Guanther, so it's nice. I like
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
So how do you think this is helping young entrepreneurs in Malawi?
Well, it's encouraging them to take risks, to try new things, to send their product out there. So it's really good. I like it.
All right, thank you. Have a great time. Hi.
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm okay.
Okay, so how do you think the Umami Festival is helping young entrepreneurs in Malawi?
helping the economy and everything. I think if people are hustling just a little bit, getting some few bucks, getting to know each other, getting to know how things are going in the country, yeah, I think it will improve our what? What should I say? yeah, but I think it improves the way of communication, the way the money flows, everything, yeah. Just everything in general, yeah.
All right. Hi. So is this your first time attending the Umami Festival?
It is.
How are you finding it?
It's fun. It's fun. I kind of like it.
Ah, amazing.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Thank you. You too.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
So what's your name?
Monique Lola Kawelama Banda.
All right, Monique.
Yes.
So what was the purpose behind the whole Umami Lad Festival?
It was just to give people an opportunity to be able to showcase their business. And I'm a cook, and I realized that there was a lot of people who were doing cooking but didn't have a platform or an affordable platform to showcase their cooking. And then it kind of grew from there. Like, people showcase different kinds of things. So now it's kind of like whatever you want to showcase, whatever you want to do, like, you can come to Umami and we got you.
All right.
Yeah.
So how's it been going so far?
It's been going amazing.
Wow.
And
Great.
yes.
And how do you think this is helping the young Malawian entrepreneurs?
I feel like it gives them hope. I feel like when they see so many people coming through, so many people sampling their food, they get inspiration and they get motivated. And I feel like it's something that I never imagined, but I am so happy about.
Moving to our last segment, Artist of the Week. Presenter Becky had a chat with Marvel. Marvel is a music producer, so let us see how the chat was like.
Girl, every time I pull up on the place, got the place ready now. Bring it back home. Bring it back home.
Hi guys, welcome to the last segment of MotoUnandi. Then program actually Lord, we have this amazing producer. Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Would you just please tell us more about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Marvel. Full name is Marvel Max Ombwana. I was born in a family of two kids. I'm the firstborn, my younger brother. So I would say I'm someone who is in between introvert and extrovert. Yeah, and I've always loved music since I was a child. And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now let's get to hear more about your work, what you do.
Basically, I am an R&B hip-hop producer. I studied music. I think it has to be in 2015 as in production. But then, before 2015, I used to go to some music school in Atlanta, Phoenix, where I used to learn how to play guitar. So yeah, so there was a time that I used to be a rapper, something like that. But then I dropped. And
Why did you drop?
Because I realized that I was much greater in music production other than the rapping itself. So I thought of focusing on the production itself. So yeah, I'd say yeah, I have been working on a lot of projects. I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much of it.
Okay, what are some of the projects that you've worked on?
There are many, but then I'll just try to. I think I've worked on this other project that Classic did. It was an intro of one of his extended plays. I don't remember. I think it has to be 2019. And I've also worked with Kim of Diamonds. Some of the projects that she's yet to release. I'm also working with Faith Musa. Yeah, he's working on some projects. They are not yet out. So yeah, there are many, and I'm also working with who else? I think Onesmus. Yeah, Onesmus. Yeah, there are many. Yeah, there are many.
Okay, now what really drives you kuti iweyo uyambeza productions when
Okay, as I have already said, kuti since ndili mwana ndimakonda nyimbo kwambiri. When I used to go at church, ndimapanga pay attention kwambiri and I my drums and whatnot. So yeah, it has always been in me ndikuyambira ndili mwana, because there was a time yokuti my parents would control me because they would see that I was getting closer to music. So they had to control me, since you know how Malawi it is when it comes to music. And, yeah. So they used to control me back then, but then you know when it's in you, they can't take it away. So happened I was at HHS secondary school. When I was in Form 1, I joined a choir, choir. But then I didn't know how it happened. By the third term, Form 1, and this uncle Ukala choir master. And I was so young, and I was like, come on guys, I'm young. Form 4 and whatnot, you know how secondary is. So I was like, okay, fine. So of course I don't have that voice, Komano. They just saw how I used to have the ear when it comes to music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always been doing music when I was at HHI. So coming from 2, that's when I had to start doing music class as well. Yeah. Then after finishing my Form 4, I had to come back home Lilongwe. And by then, like I said, I was rapping. So Kem Kuno, I met some of the producers. I didn't like the type of work that we're doing. So I was like, I know what, okay, I don't know anything about music production, but then I think I'm gonna learn just for my own music. So I should be producing my own music. So I started to learn a lot of things, and a lot of producers have been teaching me a lot of things. So yeah, happened that some of my friends asked me to produce some of their music. So that's how it started.
Oh wow, amazing. So now, do you do this as a career, or it's a part-time thing? What else do you do apart from producing?
Okay, so I'm almost done with my school. I'm doing applied accounting and auditing. I'm Malawi College of Accountants, BT campus. I'm in 4th year. Yeah. And music. I'd say it's period, it's a part-time thing because I have school. But then I have great plans ahead of me. Apart from everything that I'll be doing, I want to have music as my main thing.
What are these plans? Maybe we should get to hear them.
These plans, okay, I would say right now I have a record label that I have like 3 artists signed to it, and I'm working on branding. I want to brand the whole thing, and I want to have at least something like, I'd say, a music company, where I would say not kudi music company I don't know how to say this, but then them, okay, my industry has different music companies. Mine is gonna be focusing on my artists. I'll be signing my artists, and I'll have managers, and I'll have like my producers, and I'll have like my graphic designers and whatnot. And I also happen to sign 2 producers.
Wow.
2 upcoming producers. So yeah. So I would say I'm working on having a company where I would have my artists. I would focus on branding them. Once they have their name, I'll be offering them my services, and I'll be getting paid. They'll be my bosses, of course. I'll be the one offering them my services, giving them the necessities to push their music career as well.
Oh, all right. So you talked about that you saw some problems from producers that you didn't like.
Yes.
Now, what are these problems that are in this industry that people are doing?
Okay, so there is this theory, I don't know why, but then most of them say, you can't make it when you are only focusing on international music.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be a rapper who used to do some foreign things like so zinapezeka zokuti nditakumana ndi producers aja, their production, okay, they were good at what they were doing, but then it wasn't that standard international, I would say, because there's my cars over okay, so this is the type of music that I do, so with what you're doing, I don't think it ain't gonna work. So I had to learn what I was doing. I had to adapt to find ways of making my own music. So yeah, I think the problem is most of the producers have this theory: if you produce some international type of music, you can't make it out there. But then the truth is, Panoba music is changing, and most of us just need to adapt. Because if you don't, there's a benefit at the end of the day. This isn't what Taylor within. It's like this is a limited year again. This is basically Zodi and who agubanga grow. If we are still stage of age, and they I would say most of them don't want to adapt to what's going on out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask you in your random question. If you were to work with any Malawian producer, who would it be?
Producer?
Yeah.
Producer, okay, it's funny, but then I would say Iriu or CK. These are my guys, and those are the guys that I look up to.
Amazing. Yes. And if you were to produce nyimbo inaga artist winawake, who would you choose?
Malawi?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a tough question, but then let me see. Right now I would say Patience Namadingo, of course.
Why Patience Namad?
The thing is, okay, so I don't know. He does folk music. Folk music is our music, right? But then I think I can do something with what I do, because I do something that it's something like of an international standard. This is just if I fuse with what I do, I think he can give me something.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, this is the only time that we had. But before we finish up, what is your message to the youth out there who are aspiring to be producers?
The message that I have for you guys is you just have to start with whatever you have, because you can't wait to have all the resources so that you start working on your music or something like that. So what I can tell you is just have faith in you and start doing whatever you want to do with your music. So yeah. Hi guys, it's Marvel. You're watching MotoUnandi.
That's all we had for you in our second episode of season number 2. Ndikhulupirira mwakondwera komanso mwasangalatsidwa komanso kuphunzira china chake kwa anthu amene tinacheza nawo mu episode imene. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Osayiwalanso kumaonera MotoUnandi pa Chanko TV. MotoUnandi, being strong, being confident, being